Hey guys, what is up? And welcome to episode 24 of Generation Tech. We're going to be talking about a lot of gaming stuff, a lot of server issues going on in the recent years, and also we're going to be doing a mini review on the iPad Air 2, so stay tuned.
Generation Tech, the weekly videocast for your inner geek, bringing you the hottest tech news from around the world. Brace yourselves, the show's about to start. It's Generation Tech. Here's your hosts, Rich Nieto and Matthew Burrows.
And again, welcome. It's episode 24 on this 13th of November 2014, and I'm joined by
myself.
Yourself. And what would this name be of yourself?
Matt Burrows.
Thank you. That's all we needed. It was a simple...
Matt Burrows _ on Twitter. And Rich is at NYFan on the tweet.
Yeah. I'm thinking about changing that to Rich Nieto _ or something like that. But yeah,
what was that way of saying Twitter?
Tweeta.
Tweeta.
Yes, the Tweeta.
On the Tweeta.
Anyway, if you watch my prank video, you might get the reference, which is referencing something else, so you might not get the reference.
It's a reference of a reference of a reference.
It's like the Inception. But anyway,
yeah,
we got a lot to talk about today. We have a lot of gaming stuff. I got Halo, which is awesome. We're going to be going to that. Well, mostly I'm going to be going to that because he doesn't have an Xbox anymore, so... But he's played Halos in the past, so...
Yeah. I played all of them, except for... Well, I've literally played all of them out.
Well, there you go. So, and that's exactly what's on this game. It is all the Halos. We're going to be talking about that. There's a lot of server issues, but it's not just now the server issues have been starting. It's been going on for last 2 or 3... For as long as I can remember, new releases. Yeah. But anyway... but we're going to first start off with the iPad Air 2. It's been out for a couple of weeks, but I was finally able to get my hand on one, and it is right here. And this thing is freaking sexy. All right, let's do a up close view. Look at it, super reflective. You can see Matt in reflection. Hi, say hi. Anyway, so this thing is so freaking thin. I mean, it's thinner than the iPhone 6 Plus, which is, to me, one of the thinnest devices I've ever seen. And then when I got my hand on this, I knew it was thin going into it, but like, holy flippin' hell.
That's a 3G or 4G model too, so
it is.
It has the bar on the top, which doesn't it make it a little bit thicker in the past? It has?
No.
I thought it has.
It's just had the bar on the top. But yeah, man, and the screen, since it's laminated right onto the glass, there's no like air in between the glass and the screen panel.
Oh yeah, isn't it like chamfered edges all the way around?
Well, it's always had chamfered edges, iPad Air, but the screen is just, it feels like you're literally touching the screen, because it's like right there. There's no air. There's a couple of layers of stuff. Dude, it's amazing. Like if you haven't had an iPad for a couple of years, you've been holding off iPad 2 or 3 or 4. Yeah. I would definitely say this is an awesome upgrade. If you have an iPad Air, the first generation, to me, since I'm a geek, like tech geek that needs to have the latest and greatest and everything, I would still say go for it. But it's not it's not going to be as big of an upgrade, obviously. Just like when you go from one generation iPhone to the next year's generation, it's never that big of a difference. But when you wait like 2 or 3 or 4 years, God forbid, then you're going to notice a crazy amount of speed improvement. And this A8X processor, which is like a mouthful to say, it's screaming. Like, not that I've really noticed much of a slowdown with the iPad Air first gen, but it's just, it flies through everything that I throw at it.
No, with the iPad 2, which was the last iPad that I had, the only iPad that I had, what processor is that using? The A5?
No, it's using the A7.
It was? Oh.
Yes. And this, which iPad did you say?
iPad
again?
2.
Oh, I don't remember, honestly.
Which is a hell
and
no, I don't know.
Just as I took my iPad Air out of my case, I just broke my leather case. Whoop-de-doo! Whoop-de-doo! Thanks, that's the engine. Thanks. I love this thing. It's only $80, but what the hell? Who cares? Anyway. Can't make this shit up, It's live television here. Live YouTube. But anyway, I took it out of the case just to do a comparison for the iPad mini and last generation, which this is the same size all around, thickness, everything as the iPad Mini 3. So that's in comparison, and you can pretty much see the size difference there. That's a nice chunk of change. And you know, I got my hands on an iPad Mini 3 at work because someone wanted it, and it's the same product as this one, and I mean, there's no difference. The only thing is really the Touch ID, and I don't think even the camera improved. If it did, it was minimal.
They're really focused on the Air 2.
Yes, and that I loved this thing. The iPad Mini was such a perfect form factor. Like the size, I could hold it in one hand. You know, it's awesome on the train and stuff. But since I have the iPhone 6 Plus, there's not a huge discrepancy in size. I mean, it's pretty much kind of the same device for all intents and purposes. But now that I have this one, I mean, it's a big difference, obviously. And I had an iPad Air way back when, and I miss this size, honestly. Like, as much as I love the smaller 7-inch form factor, just using it on the train and all day today, it's an amazing screen. I mean, it's a little big, you know, it's a little clunky to hold around the train, but once you get past that, you know, everything's much bigger, obviously, and it's not pixelated at all. The screen's amazing. So, I can still hold it with one hand because I got freaking huge hands, but, you know.
Ball is life.
Ball is life. I can palm a basketball. Can you palm a basketball?
Yes.
Damn right.
Damn
right, Skippy. That's what we ballers do. But anyway.
That'll be in all of your reviews from now, and you're like, damn right, Skippy.
Damn right, Skippy. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I mean, I don't know what else to say about it. It's a great. It's probably one of the best tablets I've ever used. And I've used my fair share of Android tablets. They all suck. I mean, I don't know why anyone would consider an Android tablet. Although I haven't used the new one, the new Note, whatever they call it.
Galaxy Tab.
Tab, yeah, I forget.
Tab 8.
But it's all the same. I mean,
it's literally just, I don't know. I had the original good, I guess, Android tablet, which was the Nexus 7. That was like the first decently spec'd Android tablet, and I mean, it was pretty good. But I got the iPad. I was much happier with it.
Yeah.
I mean, you still get all the apps and all the same uses out of it. So, I mean, it's all OS preference.
It really is.
Build quality.
I just feel that the iPad, like a tablet, is better than iOS. As much as Android is great, I don't like it on a tablet form factor. Like on the phone, it's one story, but it looks like a mess on a tablet on a bigger screen. And I'm here. You can see all the specs on the iPad Air 2. All 10-hour battery life, which, I mean, I've had this thing going since yesterday, obviously, and it hasn't really made much of a dent. Still at like 70%, so that's good stuff. But
and it has a very decent camera.
Yeah, you know, I haven't used it much, but I took a couple of pictures. No, I would never do it. I think it is so awkward when people take pictures like this. And I've been to baseball games where people take out their like this one, not the Mini, this one.
Yeah.
They start taking pictures, and it's like that. It just looks so stupid.
I'd rather just bring a point and shoot.
Or just use your camera, your phone. I mean,
I'm saying, like, if you didn't have a phone.
No, I know, but
who has a tablet and doesn't have a phone type deal? But
exactly, and for the most part, I would say 80% of the time, your phone has a better camera than this thing. So
yeah,
why bother? But the Touch ID is the biggest thing on this thing, and it's awesome because like I've been so used to unlocking my phone by just holding it, and then I'm in an awkward position, but you know what I mean. You don't have to swipe to do anything or press the 4-digit code, and I've been so used to it on my phone, and on the iPad I haven't put up. I don't like using the 4-digit code, so I haven't used it. But now I can security lock my iPad as well, so that's an added layer of security. In case, God forbid, I lose it or something and no one can get my information and shit. So, it was just a matter of time. You know,
all his porn is on there. He can't lose that.
Yeah. Sure. God damn it!
So you're enjoying it, though. That's good.
Yeah.
And I know you're selling your iPad Mini.
I am.
Pretty
If
soon.
anyone is in the market for an iPad Mini, perfect condizione.
I might buy it, but you said that you were gonna sell it. I just said that I wanted to wait till like
Well, we'll
done
discuss it
Christmas shopping.
after the show. If you're interested, let me know. But and Matt, if you're interested, let me know. But and it'll come with this nice leather case that is now broken.
I will trade you two $135 calculators.
Yeah, I'm
Lots of processing in this.
I'm good, bro. I'm good.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you have to do a little bit better offer than that. Let's just say.
Okay.
But anyway, two amazing product. So
Yeah.
there's that. Now
Review.
let's go on to Halo. So, what you played Halo 1 to 4? You said, right?
Yeah, I played every single one. That was like my first Xbox game.
And which one of those four was your favorite?
I definitely did like one. I liked one the best. It has to be because I started out on the PC and I played the beta. I don't know if you remember. They called it a demo, but you could literally just jump in and just play Blood Gulch, Capture the Flag, and TDM like as many times as you wanted.
Yeah.
And so many people would just play on the demo. They wouldn't even buy the real game because it was like, all right, you got Blood Gulch, you're fine. But it was really fun. Then I got it on the Xbox and I played through my split screen on co-op on the Xbox, the original, and it was a really fun experience overall. And yeah, but I mean, Halo 3 was pretty good. I played it like 3 times, but it wasn't as satisfying, I don't think.
So are you judging that based on the multiplayer, the single player,
Combined. I think that Halo 1 had the best single player, obviously because it was a fresh story. And back then, that was when you actually had to use some creativity when you were playing video games. Like, we didn't have we did have like modeled faces of actors from movies, you know. Yeah, it was like a dude
Kevin
with
Spacey.
yeah, it was like a dude with a square helmet, and you're like, oh wow, that's really cool.
Yeah.
And you had to kind of like use your creativity for some of this stuff, and I think that like back then that made a lot of games a lot of fun.
Yeah. For me, I have to do it like split because for me, I'm more of a multiplayer person.
Mm-hmm.
Especially on the FPS side. That's my favorite genre of gaming. In terms of multiplayer, I would say Halo 2, followed by Halo. Well, it's tough. It's so because Halo 1 was on Xbox Live, obviously. But
Yeah.
funny, here's a story behind it. My friend got an Xbox way back in 2001 when it came out. I was in high school. He got an Xbox. I didn't know anything about Xbox. I got a GameCube and a PS2 at the time. Xbox was brand new, and Microsoft was brand new to the gaming industry. But my friend went ahead. He got it right at launch, November 15th, 2001. And I went over his house one day after school, and we were playing Halo. You know, I was like, "What's Halo?" I had never heard of Halo before. So we started playing co-op, and it changed. It completely blew my mind. I mean, we were playing co-op on the same console, graphic intensive game at the time. You know, amazing graphics, open world. He was driving a Warthog. I was shooting in the back of the Warthog, and it was amazing. I mean, what other game in that time period could you do that? I mean, there was Perfect Dark Zero a couple years earlier, but
Yeah.
I mean, that's like leaps and bounds. Halo is better than that kind of an experience, and that experience alone sold me on the Xbox. That co-op experience and just Halo in general. So actually, a couple months after, I think it was on Christmas that year, I went ahead and also got an Xbox with Halo 1, and I got Project Gotham Racing, which was also awesome at the time. So it's been ever since I've just been an Xbox person. But I don't know if you old school gamers, old school. I mean, 2001's not really old school, but back
It is
in the,
now.
it really is. I mean, for you, that's
15
old
years
school.
ago.
But back in the day, Xbox Live, there was a thing called Xbox Connect, which actually you would use a hub connected to connect your Xbox and your PC up to the hub, and it was a piece of software. Xbox Connect was, and it would basically mimic System Link over the internet. So you can connect 4 Xboxes over the internet, and you could play Halo essentially online when you weren't supposed to. Now it was laggy as hell, so it was a pretty bad experience. But when it actually worked, it was amazing.
Yeah.
So me and my friend, we would play over the phone. Like there was no chat headsets or anything like that. So we would call each other on our landline phones, and we would just chat it up while we were playing Halo on XB Connect. And I mean, that was the precursor of Xbox Live. I mean, we take it for granted now, but back in the day, we could only dream about something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But to finish up my long story, Halo 1 will always be have a special place in my heart, as emotionally emo sounding as that is. It really does. It was that moment that you never forget.
Connected.
Yes, I connected with the game, and you never forget that. I mean, some people had that moment with like Mario Brothers back in the day, and I kind of did too. That was like my first real gaming moment in general. But like for a newer console, it was amazing. But back to go to the original topic.
Call of Duty.
Call of Duty. I would say overall, I would have to say Halo 1 was the best overall. Yeah. Although online, I did enjoy Halo 2 a shit ton. I mean, it just took the next step on Xbox Live. And Halo 3 is awesome online as well. I put numbers and countless hours of Halo 3 online. So,
Yeah.
But anyway.
I mean, I don't know. I feel like once they started introducing the customization, that brought in a lot more people. It kind of became more appealing. But once Halo Reach, it was right after ODST. That was kind of like when the next generation of kids kind of got back into Halo, if that makes sense. I don't know. I feel like when Halo 2 and 3 came out, I wasn't as into it as I was with Halo 1, but then Halo Reach came back out, and then that was like a big revival of the Halo series almost. Like Halo 3 obviously is a classic. It's like a legendary game, but I don't know. I feel like Halo Reach started putting in like next gen kind of features.
To me, Halo Reach and ODST weren't really Halo games. To me, they were just throw-ins. They technically were expansion packs.
Yeah. ODST, yeah, especially that was pretty much an expansion pack to Halo 3.
Yeah, it was. And I don't consider that part of the series. It's always 1 to even 4. I had 4. I never played it that often. I just think the abilities and all the jetpack stuff and the loadouts, it's what Halo shouldn't have been. Halo, to me, when you think about Halo, it's always been a simple game. Everyone starts off with the same gun, whether it's the BR or the assault rifle. Everyone has this level playing field. They all have the same abilities, same loadout. It's all about the skill. It's just pure skill-based game. It's not like Call of Duty where, everyone has a different loadout and stuff like a different gun. And, some guns are better than others. Some others. And
well, I feel like it's all down to the play, too.
Yes and no, but Halo, it just puts you all on the exact same level. So it doesn't matter what it is. It's always about the skill. And you can't blame it, he had this perk or he had that perk or something like that, or he loaded up with the cheesy noob gun or whatever.
Yeah.
So
they were all kind of balanced. That was a big thing with Halo that I liked. It was always balanced. Like you could run around with a rocket launcher and you'll still get those kills, but still people are able to take you out with automatic rifles, but then you can get the hit on them too,
Yeah,
I don't know.
And that's the other thing. Like Call of Duty, it's such a twitch shooter where if you see someone, you get killed pretty easily. It's like a couple of shots and you're dead. But in Halo, you have the shield and then you have your health. So it's a bit of a battle. When you encounter someone, even if you see them and they're running away from you, start shooting at them, they have the chance to turn around and counter your moves. So they could either take cover or they can strafe left and right while shooting you, and they can outmaneuver you and still win the battle. But in Call of Duty, when someone starts shooting at you and you don't see them, you're pretty much dead. I mean, unless there's some kind of lag or something and you get lucky, you're dead.
Well, I feel like Halo was like the original competitive shooter.
Yeah.
It was really the first thing that like they had game battles back in the day for Halo, right? Or like a similar type thing.
Oh yeah, did they? MLG played
Yeah,
Halo 1, 2, and I
that
don't know
was
if
like
Switch.
that's what hit MLG off. That's what it started with, and that's where you see League of Legends players and Call of Duty players. Halo. So, I mean, Xbox, the original Xbox created online gaming, kind of, pretty much, on console, with your TV, and it also kind of created professional gamers. I don't know.
No, it's true. And I actually remember when I was in college, Halo 2 had just come out, and actually had a small little gathering, tournament, stuff like
Yeah.
that. And I didn't know anyone really in college that was into gaming, so I got partnered with someone that was terrible. Like it was 2-on-2 tournament, and I completely just carried us to the finals, and we lost because the other group was just amazing, and they were both really good. But it's just that type of gaming and tournament play it really did start it off. You see a lot
Yeah.
of Call of Duty now, but Halo pioneered that crap on the FPS side. But
And I mean, there still is competitive Halo playing, but
of
it's
course,
not as prominent.
I'm sure. See, and that's the thing with Halo 4. It really, to me, it took a step back. But with Halo 5, what I've been seeing, it's going to be a level playing field. Even though you do have abilities,
Yeah.
everyone has the same abilities. And they can all run, they can all do this and that with the jetpack. So it's a level playing field. And also, when you're running, your shield levels go down. So it tries to tell you not to run all over the place like you would in Call of Duty, like I do in Call of Duty. So you really got to pick and choose your points where to run.
Yeah. Halo's kind of before we go on to the next topic. Halo's kind of like a medium-paced game. Call of Duty I would consider like a fast-paced game, and Battlefield I feel is a bit slower paced in most times because of map size normally. But Halo had pretty large scale maps, especially for the day. I mean, that was pretty nice sized maps. But it was still you're able to get like the fast-paced things, like especially in Capture the Flag. Right around the flag, it gets pretty hectic. You'll get guys with shotguns and like fully automatics and stuff. But then you'll get like the long range stuff where it's all kind of you can take your time doing whatever. You could camp in the back of the map and snipe if you want to, but eventually you'll get taken out.
There's more variety, I feel, than Call of Duty.
Yeah.
But to go back to the Master Chief Collection, they didn't touch the gameplay, which I love. Just leave it exactly how it was. I didn't want them to touch anything. And they improved the graphics. It's a smooth 60 frames a second. Like you rarely play a first-person shooter that runs at 60 frames per second, and it's amazing. It makes a world of difference, especially like Halo 1 to 3, where back in the day it was like struggling to meet 30 frames a second. It's like experiencing the games all over again. So that's a huge plus. It's all 1080p, and Halo 2 got the remaster treatment. So a lot of the maps and obviously the single player, all brand new graphics. They're on par with like a Halo 4 type graphics. So it looks gorgeous. It's a really good looking game. Halo 1 dated really well. Like if you go back to play like GoldenEye, it didn't date well. I mean, awesome game back in the day, but to today's standards, it's complete crap.
Well, yeah, that kind of hit off FPS. I feel like that was the first good first-person shooter
on the consoles, at least. On the PC, there were a ton, but
like Medal of Honor, and then it went Call of Duty. Kind of Call of Duty came after Halo, so.
But I mean, on the PC side, you had Quake back in the day. You have Doom. back in the day,
obviously
so.
Quake,
but
Doom, all that stuff. But I mean, like, I don't know. It's I don't consider those the same type of games. Quake's kind of an arcade shooter.
Yeah, they're all arcade shooters.
Yeah.
But so I highly recommend Halo Master Chief Collection if you have an Xbox. And if you've ever played, even if you never played Halo, like my cousin, he's brand new to console. He's never played a Halo game. I've told him, you have to pick that crap up because we're going to run through all 4 co-op campaigns together. And I want him to experience what I did back in 2001.
Yeah.
Because like it's like if you're a gamer at all, you have to experience Halo, especially Halo 1. It's such a classic game.
The Flood is like probably the best enemy that I've seen in a campaign. That has to be the best thing. Like when they introduced that, because it's kind of like, all right, we got aliens, and then it's like, oh, now we have these zombie things.
You know what's
And
funny though? Back in the day, everyone hated the flood. They thought it was the worst. But looking back, a lot of people actually do enjoy it. So
yeah, man. So, I mean, with every game comes a flaw. I mean, no game's perfect these days. And with Halo and many other games, especially right now, server issues are very prominent. Which I know you're very like not really getting any luck getting into games right now.
yeah, so that's the one thing Master Chief Collection is the servers are having trouble getting games together. So I'll be waiting for like 15, 20 minutes before a game, enough players are able to join a game. But even then, it's never matched like 4-on-4. It's always like 4-on-3, 5-on-2, and it's like it's a complete mess right now. But it's kind of become par to the course, really.
Yeah.
I mean, every big game always has server issues the first week of its launch, especially the first day. Forget about it.
Oh yeah.
You know, you get all these people that skip their day of school or day at work to play a big game on its first day, and they're met with connection issues. You know,
Yeah.
or even if it's installation issues, which
Halo had big problems.
Yeah. So and the week before that, Call of Duty, I don't think there were many issues actually.
No, actually, I got Call of Duty. Um, I got right home, hopped right on. All the servers were 100%. Hopped right in games, and I played a couple games. The next day, no problems, and I've never had a problem with finding glitches. So I feel like Call of Duty, since it has that humongous budget every single game, it can afford that type of stuff. I feel like they rent parts of server, like the server infrastructure.
They do,
on
yeah.
PS4 and Xbox. So it's kind of like the highest bidder gets the best servers. So with these bigger games, you obviously get better performance, but sometimes when a game is it's overwhelmed. They didn't expect as many people to pick it up, I'm guessing, because I was looking at things and people were having problems installing the game a day before. Like it was getting stuck at percentages, or it'd take them over like a day, like 24 hours of just solid downloading. And apparently you can't, with some people who got the game early, you can't take the disc out to install it. Like you can't change it out. So you can't play another game while it's installing. So it kind of sucks.
Yeah, and you know, what was it? GTA had all those issues, and that was terrible. I mean, I think it was for like a whole week where you couldn't go on GTA, and that was terrible. But I can't remember of all the games, but because there's so many. I mean, I think even like Halo 3 back in the day had issues the first week. Call of Duty, I don't recall too many. I think early on, like maybe around Modern Warfare 2, there were issues, but recently they've been pretty well, which I got to give them credit for. Usually the first day you're able to go on and have really good matches.
I think Black Ops was the last one that we had like bad servers. I remember Black Ops, it was kind of iffy at the beginning. Like you'd hop in servers and it'd be like 5 people, and then you'd have to keep searching for players, and it was like
Yeah.
But after that it was pretty much set. I know MW2, that was like the biggest game where it was a lot of hackers and like JTagged Xboxes, so it was kind of iffy anyway. But it felt kind of funny because people still waste their time on that game.
Oh, jeez. And not to mention the biggest culprit of all, Drive Club. I mean,
Oh my god.
that game came out a month ago, and still the PSN Plus version is not free, available to all the members because they're having server issues. So,
Yeah, I haven't even seen anything about that game. I haven't seen any gameplay on YouTube. I haven't seen anything like that.
people actually did buy the game, but it wasn't too many. Even people that bought the game, they can't get on the servers. And it's a game that's mostly online. I mean, it's not really much of a single player game. It has a lot of obviously club stuff, where you have a clan essentially, and time trials and stuff like that. So if it doesn't have an online component, it's kind of really missing out the whole point of the game. So it's just ridiculous how all these games, you spend $60 on it, you're expecting something, and they fail to deliver. I mean, it takes them a while to eventually get the servers right.
GTA.
Yeah, well, speaking of GTA, it's coming out, I think, next week, right?
Yeah, the 18th.
Yeah, and we mentioned a couple weeks ago on our holiday season gaming preview, um, that they're releasing on the new consoles, and apparently, heists are going to be available for a patch upcoming.
Finally, because that was like the biggest thing that they were promoting, and we never got it. So, yeah, and now they're pushing first person mode, which is pretty cool, but it's annoying that we have to buy it again to get all this.
Yeah, well, actually, I think heists will be on the older versions as well.
Yeah, but I
But
mean, like, if you've upgraded, you don't want to buy it. Like,
oh
play it.
yeah, yeah, honestly, it should be a discount. Like if you bought it on the older consoles, they should
Yeah,
upgrade it for a
should be
little.
like $15.
Well, even $30 would be helpful.
Yeah,
It's just stupid, like buying a game all over again. I mean, they improve the graphics here and there and a couple other features, but for the most part, it's the same game. First person mode, it looks really cool, but I don't know. It seems kind of gimmicky. Maybe it might
yeah.
be. You know.
But I mean, if it's done well, then it would be cool. I'm not buying the game. What about you? Because I played so much on the Xbox 360. I'm not going through that again.
Yeah, I mean, we mentioned it last time. I'm on the fence about it. My friend might buy it, so I might as well jump ship if he does. But I wasn't looking. I mean, it's not like
Yeah.
one of those games where like, oh yeah, I really want to get it again. It's if it happens, it happens. If I find it cheap, maybe it'd be persuading. Me
$30,
yeah.
25. Black Friday.
But I just wanted to mention GTA because that was like a huge issue last year with all the server issues and
Hmm.
even like at the beginning when you had to go through that tutorial. Like
Yeah.
I remember doing like
Oh my
10,000
God.
that week.
Yeah, and we just used that game as a racer. I think we also said that last time. We
Yeah.
all we did was race.
Pretty much.
So, I think we were just wanting a good racer, which hopefully the crew I've been watching gameplay on that looks really good. So
Yeah.
I'll be picking that up.
Yeah, I'll look into it. But yeah, I think that's all pretty much we're going to cover. Halo, awesome game, like I mentioned. Especially once they get the server issues fixed. Once I got into a game, it's so much fun. Like I said, it's buttery smooth, and it's the one thing I want to mention also is it's not separated into different games online. It's
Yeah.
really weird how they worked it out. So it's all bundled all into one lobby basically, and you choose game type. So you can play either Team Slayer, CTF, whatever. But
Yeah.
when you're searching for a specific game type, it bundles Halo 1, 2, 3, and 4 all together. So you can join any one of those games.
Yeah.
You can be jumping from Halo 1 to Halo 3 to Halo 2. And
So how does
whatever.
classes / leveling work?
Well, let me finish what I was going to say. Or instead of actual player TTF, you could join just a Halo playlist or a Halo 2 playlist, but it mixes all the game types together. So you'll be playing either Team Slayer or CTF or blah blah blah. So there's no way to play like I want to play Halo 2 Team Slayer. You can't do that. It's either game type you search by or by game. So that's how that works. And the loadouts in the menus, you can choose your color of your Spartan. You can choose a loadout, which the only loadout is really for Halo 4.
Mm-hmm.
The game's only really it's your
They
color.
had their basic loadouts like
Yeah.
sniper, shotgun.
Not even you can't choose those. You
Scout.
all start with assault rifle or BR. It's
Oh yeah, and you pick stuff up.
yeah, but
I'm like, I kind of forgot how it played out. I forgot that there was no loadout. You all just started off with a pistol or whatever.
yeah, but yeah, that's the only weird thing about the online portion. But once you're in the game, it's awesome. It's a great experience. But yeah, enough about that. We talked about Halo. We talked about the iPad stuff.
Yep.
Anything else you want to mention before we end this broadcast?
We had a good show this week. Sorry for my podcast app starting up mid.
Ugh.
I don't know what that, dude. It scared the crap out of me because I could hear it under my headphones. I was like,
What the heck was that, man?
so I like muted my mic. But anyway, yeah. So sorry about that. But yeah, we should have some more games coming up, and then weeks we got Little Big Planet, which I don't know if I'm gonna pick that up when it comes out or if Christmas. I might wait for Christmas.
Might as well.
But yeah, so thanks guys for watching the live version. If you guys missed it this week, stay tuned for next week every Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And if you guys make it live at the end of the show, we talk with all of our viewers and just kind of hang out. So, yeah.
Yeah. And one last thing, don't forget to join our giveaway we're doing. The link is below.
Yep.
And take a look at that. Just a couple little things. If you're in the US, you can enter. And that's pretty much it. Thank you guys for watching. And we'll see you guys next time.
Peace.